How's that sound?
I just don't want to, like I said, we're gonna. This is a sloppy intro. This is a very sloppy intro.
Good.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Trice Life Quick and Dirty 30 with my buddy Wade Spice. I'm already rattled. I'm already rattled talking about this.
This might be a quick and dirty 35 or 40, just so everyone knows.
So we're recording this right before New Year's. First off, let's get the obvious questions out of the way. How was your Christmas?
It was really good. It was busy. Now that I have children with families, I have to go in 3 different directions. But it was super fun. The kids are all older. It was great.
What'd you get?
Gift certificates for Cabela's and Atmosphere. I'm a big hiking guy, so I buy stuff.
I think gift certificates are the best things in the world.
Yeah, they're the greatest thing. Yeah,
I got these pajama pants and these slippers that I'm wearing tonight.
Those are nice.
And I opened them 10 days before Christmas.
Perfect.
Because I knew what they were.
Yes.
Then I got the little package. And I'm like, pajama pants. I need pajama pants. So I just opened them.
Right.
So sorry, Mom and Dad. I didn't open them on Christmas Day. I opened them a week before because, hey, I needed them. I got them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's out of the way. We got to talk about Star Wars.
Yes.
So we both went and saw it. And I want to talk a little bit about, you had read something about with Kevin Smith.
No, I was at Kevin Smith's show.
Okay.
So
tell the story.
Here's how it went down. It's a little bit of a letdown, I think, for me, but I seen Kevin Smith at the casino in Saskatoon here. He did his traveling show.
Yeah.
And he said there was a scene in the movie that he ruined like a $50,000 take because he said, I can't tell you, but I was just sitting there and all of a sudden I just went, holy fuck. And I ruined the take. And I can't imagine. And so he said it was a scene that just blows your mind.
Okay.
And then part 2 of this is he said there's a scene in Star Wars that ties it all together, that brings the whole Star Wars saga together.
Okay. Now, that being said, we've both seen the movie now.
Spoilers alert.
Spoilers.
Because we're going to ruin this.
Everyone's seen Star Wars by now.
Good.
What is your overall opinion of the movie?
I didn't like it because as a product of the 70s and 80s, Star Wars to me will always be 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han, Leia, Chewie.
Yep.
To say that this was a Star... They didn't it didn't round out what started it all. Like there was probably 5 minutes of Luke Skywalker, and it just didn't seem like a Star Wars movie to me. It was a movie set in the Star Wars universe. It didn't tie anything up.
Yeah. I'm going to review this in 2 different ways.
Yeah.
The first way is as a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
The second way is as an action movie set in space with space wizards.
Love it.
As an action movie set in space with space wizards, it's awesome.
Go see it. Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
The movie is fantastic looking.
Visually amazing.
Beautiful. See it in the big screen. It's great. As a Star Wars movie, as the culmination of 30, 40 plus years of here it is, boys. We're ending it on a big bang.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Nothing.
I was laughing by the end.
I was in shock. I was like, it was like, to me, that last scene where all the Star Destroyers are, you see like hundreds of them.
Right.
That was cool, but I was like,
it's visually very cool.
And then at the end, I was like, really? That was it? Like there was no knock your socks off moment.
There wasn't. And I know I've read a couple of reviews already and watched my Red Letter Medias and my Jeremy Johns and whatnot. And they all kind of mentioned the same thing too, where it never gave you a second to like take it in.
No.
It was like, go, go, go. Now, the other part of this is in defense of J.J. Abrams. I don't know, I should have looked it up, why he didn't do the second one.
Right.
To go from doing number 7, starting, let's call it a plan.
Right.
And then number 8's like, nope, we're going to screw all that over.
Everything.
And then to come back and be like, okay, now finish it, fix it. That's a tough task.
Yeah. It's, I want you to keep a point in your head. You just said go, go, go. We're going to get to 6 Underground in a minute. I want to touch on that go, go, go theme because I was thinking about that. I don't think anymore, like, Star Wars was a really well thought out thing. And you got to think, just toy sales and shirts and everything are in the billions. That what Star Wars was, the Vader and Luke.
Yeah.
Carried for 40 years.
Right.
They could have thought this out better. They could have closed it out. There's nothing wrong with even going back. They should have shown us the remnants of what was on the planet of Hoth. They should have make it a little bit of a walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
If you're going to close it off, let's see some of the old stuff just for a second.
Okay.
I thought.
You would have liked to have seen that. You would like to have seen the callbacks. And
I would have loved to have seen them have to go to a certain planet or go to a set that we already recognize or something.
Okay.
just because let's go back a bit. If you're going to close it out and call it, we're rounding up Star Wars.
In my opinion, I have the opposite.
That's cool.
Where every time there was like a, oh my God, like when the Ewoks came on the screen, I laughed out loud.
I did
was
too.
Like, are you kidding me? We have to see the goddamn Ewoks.
Yeah.
Like, what possible purpose do these guys serve?
Right.
And so there's one scene I want to talk about. It's in the trailer, so we always said spoilers, but whatever.
Yeah.
The C-3PO thing where he's like, you know, what are you doing, man? Oh, I'm taking one last look at my friends. It's done so fast.
Yeah.
And then the little monster thing cuts his wires, whatever. Boom. He knows the black speech or what you want to call it. And we're moving on. Like I said, it's rushed.
Yep.
I would love to have seen that scene done a different way. Think of, again, I got to bring up Lord of the Rings. The Council of Elrond, where there's the scene where everyone stands up and they're arguing, and then there's the shot of Frodo, and it's kind of pulling out, and he's like, I will take it, and they're still fighting, and I will take it. I loved if that scene would have been, they know they need to figure out the speech. Mm-hmm. We all know that C-3PO is a language droid, or what the hell you want to call him.
Yeah.
There should be a moment in there where they're fighting about something, being like, we shouldn't be here in the first place, and this is all your fault, and they're bickering, and then you see C-3PO, and it could just be something subtle where his head just goes down, and then he realizes he's the one who has to figure this out, but the only way for him to do this is to be restarted. And then he can have the camera pull in on him, and like it just draws it out, that tension. And then we as a audience now realize what he's realizing. They don't need to spell it out.
Right.
That was my other problem with the movie too. There's that scene where if they had it where the camera pulls into him, he realizes what he has to do. He says, "No, I know what must be done." And then they're still bickering, and then there's like that little spark where they all slowly realize, "Oh, we know what has to be done." It would have made it emotional. You would have given a shit.
Yes, but then they kind of pull their pants back up in the end, where they fix it. They don't really wipe C-3PO because he gets all his memories back 15 minutes later.
Yeah, there was no consequences ever.
Right.
It felt like.
It was just everything is good again.
Yeah.
Just before I got here, I was scrolling through Facebook or something, and I came across a post. Either the producer or the director or someone heavily involved said they wish they could have split this movie up into two.
I don't understand why they couldn't have.
Yeah, I even think they realized they tried to pack too much into a small box.
Was it, 2.5 hour running time, give or take, whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, this easily could have done with two movies. And I agree. Like, I guess you could do everything in 3, so they figured they had to, whatever. Yeah. But, like, why couldn't you have had an episode 10? Episode 10, big ass X. Like, that would have looked epic. You could have done something really cool with it. The other one that made me roll my eyes was near the end where Palpatine. Why did it have to be fucking Palpatine? Like,
they had to bring someone back.
And that's again the problem with poor J.J. Abrams. He's setting up Snoke. He's setting up Snoke as being a good guy or the bad guy or whatever. And then you've got Ryan Johnson comes in. He's like, nope, just gonna kill him off. And now J.J. Abrams is like, son of a bitch. What do I do now?
Okay.
Right? Okay, so I'll go back to mine.
Yeah.
So Palpatine is literally spelling out what has to happen. He's like, as you like to Rey, being like, now Rey's a Palpatine, so Rey has to kill him for reasons, whatever. But like, he's literally spelling everything out to the audience. Like, as you step forward towards me and you draw out your lightsaber and you kill me, I'm like, why? Who says this? Like, who talks like this? The dialogue was so bad.
I think there's one thing missing in all the Star Wars movies that have been made in the last 20 years. There's no villain. Like, when Vader came on the screen, I remember sitting in the theaters, and when you seen Vader come on, they fucking cheered.
Yeah.
Vader is one of the most recognizable villains in the history of movies. In the new movies, there is no polarizing character where they come on screen, you're like, holy shit.
Well, they tried probably right off the bat with Kylo Ren.
Right.
Being, okay, he's going to be the new Vader kind of thing. But then, no, he still has some good inside. Okay. But then, like, he could have been the eternal struggle the entire movie. Yeah. But again, second movie, they ruin it. So, like, I would love to know the behind the scenes details of why J.J. Abrams didn't do number 2.
Right.
Like, what are the reasonings? Because between Last Jedi and this one, which one did you like more?
I gotta say, I don't know. The Last Jedi, I didn't like the fact that they really cut off Luke Skywalker's story so quick. I want to say this one visually, because both the stories were shit.
Yeah.
And like,
Lesser of two evils, right?
Before we get into the next review, the biggest thing you said, rush. I don't think the movie going public can sit through a Goodfellas anymore. I think they have to. They have to drop their pants in the first scene and keep them off all the way through.
That's a good thing to bring up too. I think nowadays there can't be okay movies. No. There has to be the best thing ever, or it's the worst thing ever.
Right. So or any type of story.
Yeah.
Like, look how.
And that's why they keep dragging up these new friggin' like redoing everything.
Right.
There's no
look
new
at
ideas.
that. Gangster movie we talked about last time. It's a slow roll.
Yeah.
So was The Godfather. They were 3.5 hours. Even Lord of the Rings, which you love and I really enjoy watching them.
Yep.
It's a 12-hour stretch.
Yeah.
But you know what? The story
story
every part of the story is there.
Yeah.
I think what they're saying is you guys don't have the attention span for us to give you any details. Here it's just explosion, awesome lightsaber fight, this great.
And I think the public has too much say in these movies nowadays too. They're so scared. Studios are so scared to take a risk on anything. Where like, okay, so the last movie, Last Jedi, we'll stop Star Wars in a minute here, but
that's cool. No, it's good.
Like everyone gave Rose a hard time.
Right.
Even the actress herself, like literally, like in Twitter world, and whatever, like being like, you are the worst thing about Star Wars, to the point where she didn't even want to be in the last movie anymore. Like that's disgusting. And then in this movie, they almost listen to the people and are like, well, she's in it for like 3 scenes?
Yes.
And has nothing to do with it. She was a central part with her and Finn. Is there a love story? Is there whatever? Nope. She stays at home now.
Everybody's a keyboard warrior now, and it's just like there's just so many opinions, and just go to the fucking movie and enjoy it. If you don't like it, so what?
Yep, and that's why I said about the space wizard thing.
Yeah,
if you want to go see a movie about wizards in space, go do it. It's awesome, but maybe don't go in there being like, this needs to satisfy everything for the last 40 years, otherwise it's terrible.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it was a great fun movie, but I was young enough at the time when Star Wars came out, it was larger than life. When you heard Vader breathe, you were like, holy shit.
It's still iconic.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing iconic about these. But I'm not saying don't go see it. Go see it. Have a great time.
Yeah, like I said, awesome. I definitely say go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, as a Star Wars, if you're trying to end the story, did it do it? No. But unfortunately, like there's a lot of little factors. The JJ going away and coming back factor, the listening to the pissed off internet people factors kind of thing. We're trying to throw everything in there. Like that's the problem nowadays. It has to be amazing or it's terrible.
You know what? If you want to, all these people that have got the biggest, that are ruining actresses and actors, I got an idea. Spend $200 million of your own money.
Yeah.
And see what you can do. I think they don't want to take a risk, because studios are putting up $200 million.
Yeah.
And plus they have to fly the actors around the world. Look at The Rock and Kevin Hart right now. They're doing for the Jumanji thing. They're going all over the world, and it's all paid for by the studio. Yeah. Private jets, everything they got to do. That's not cheap.
Let's talk about that. So you went and saw Jumanji. I haven't seen it yet. How was it?
Jumanji is fantastic. The Rock and Kevin Hart are great simply because they know their limitations. They know they're comedic actors. The movie doesn't take itself too seriously, and it is the most fun. Right from the beginning, it's fun. Yeah. Lots of good one-liners, visually good. It's a good family movie. I think everybody should go see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where this one takes off, so it's a continuation. It's not a
continuation,
okay. So in this movie, so how far along have things moved? Do you need to watch that? Like, there's 3 now, right? Jumanji's 3 Jumanjis?
Yeah, you can watch the last one with The Rock and Kevin Hart. But this one just kind of picks up kind of about a year or so afterwards, and the game glitches. Oh no, their friend goes back into Jumanji. Okay. They have to go rescue him. Okay. And this one has got some really good touching moments. It's got a little bit of heart to it. It's well done.
Was that a Kevin Hart joke?
No, but boom, yeah. It's super good though, man.
Okay,
yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try to follow our notes this time. I got hell last time that we went off script on our Christmas one, because we started talking about like the Sandlot all of a sudden, and we were not on.
Okay, here
point.
Yeah.
So we talked about that. Let's talk about now. Where's my notes here? The Star Wars we'll come back to a little bit. Let's say, what was your favorite movie of the year? Let's do that. We'll not do too many. Let's do two favorites, two unfavorites kind of thing. Real simple.
Favorite movie of the year? You know what? It's got to be more recent. I think I just for the fun factor, and I just had some good laughs, was probably Jumanji. My second favorite movie was The Irishman, just to see those guys.
Okay.
It's not that the movie was so... It was good. I thought it was a little bit long.
Yeah.
This is the last time that these guys are going to be gone soon. And that's just the fact of it. It's the last time that we're going to see these guys act like that. And like I said the last time, you got to give these guys respect, because if they look at Star Wars, they'll go say, yeah, that was cool, it's cute, but this is how you act.
This is actors acting.
We're going to do it.
Real movie.
So I that was really, really good that way. What am I looking forward to next year? I think Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
I'm a geek. I've seen that trailer like 100 times.
So from what I can gather from the trailers,
Yeah.
it's a continuation again, right?
Yeah, but 30 years later, though,
okay.
right? Yeah.
So I tried watching Top Gun and I fell asleep during it.
It's because you suck. Like, we're going ballistic, man.
I don't know. I think I got to like... You have to remind me. So Top Gun... Is there a war going on? There's no actual war, right?
No, but they are training to be the top fighter pilot in the Top Gun class.
Okay.
They get called to a crisis afterwards.
Right.
And Goose dies.
Okay. But isn't there a Goose in the trailer?
It's his son in this new one. Goose's son.
So I must have fell asleep before Goose died.
Yeah.
So somebody
Goose
dies in the first.
Yeah, okay. And then Tom Cruise wins the fight.
Tom Cruise wins again.
He goes into battle, and this is the continuation. And it looks like it's done pretty fucking cool.
And from what it looks like, Tom Cruise is actually flying fucking F-18 fighters.
He does. He's in the back seat, but he's in the cockpit.
That's insane.
That's one of the things.
I mean, say what you want about Tom Cruise.
He's doing it.
He's a real movie star, I think.
He is.
And I finally watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
yes,
which I thought was great.
Yep.
Good job, Tarantino. And that talking again about the golden era of actual actors and actual movies. And I think Tom Cruise, man, he's probably one of the last.
Yeah, put all the Scientology bullshit aside. That guy did the Halo jumps.
So cool.
And if you want to have some fun to see how large Tom Cruise's balls are, YouTube Tom Cruise, James Corden skydiving out of the plane. And he takes James Corden skydiving.
Oh, really?
And he's so cool, just jumps out of the plane like it's nothing. This guy has got balls the size of bowling balls. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do mine then. So my favorite movie of the year, these are actually two movies that did not come out this year.
Yeah.
But I finally watched them this year that left an impression on me. The first one is It Comes at Night, which is a super slow burn, quote unquote monster / some sort of apocalypse-y style of movie. People have to survive in the woods.
Okay.
Very small cast. I think there's maybe 7 people in the movie.
Yep.
Fan-frickin-tastic.
Okay, love it.
Like it had me hooked the entire movie. The ending is one of those like hold your hands over your head, kind of like what the fuck kind of endings, and it's great.
I'm gonna put it on my list. Yep.
Definitely check that out. The other one was Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Heard of it? Never.
Yes. And I saw it on one of the lists on the Chive of like horror movies you've never seen, you should check out this year kind of thing. And I checked it out, and it was great as well. There are a couple of things in it that if I was making the movie with my $200 million, I would change. But as they did it, totally cool. I don't want to get too much away because there's a lot. Again, same thing. 4 cast members,
awesome.
Really small. It all takes place in a mortuary where they're doing the autopsy of Jane Doe, and it's a father-son thing, and they have like your typical jump scares, but like very, very minimal in that way. But like lots of shots of the overhead shots of the patient on the table, and you're just waiting for it to like jump up at you. Or I kept waiting for it. Like kind of thing. It was great.
Okay.
It helped me the whole time. Movies I'm looking forward to. I hope to God we get it here in Saskatoon. 1917.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see this movie.
Seen the trailers.
This looks amazing.
Yeah.
Not just on a technical point. If everyone hasn't heard, the movie is shot basically as one take, if you will.
Right.
It follows these 2 characters the entire movie. There's a great featurette where they show where they go from a crane with the camera pulling back. Two guys grab the camera off the crane, put on the back of a four-wheeler, and away they go kind of thing. It looks just amazing in that way. And, of course, a cool tale of during World War One. Some simple plot. If you can get this message to them, you will save 15,000 people.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yes.
Super simple plot. Ticking clock kind of movie. Can't wait.
Yeah.
The other one I had that I wanted to see that I haven't still seen that everyone keeps telling me to see is Joker. Have you seen Joker yet?
No.
Okay, I have to see Joker. That's my next one I'm going to see. I'm going to wait for it to come on iTunes so I can rent it.
Yeah.
We also mentioned about the two movies, or one, or whatever you want, that was your most disappointing movie of the year. Was there anything that sticks in your mind that you're just like, God damn, that was a waste of my time?
This is it's a beautiful segue. The best movie of the year is also the worst movie of the year.
Okay.
And it's Six Underground. It falls into both categories of holy shit. Right from the first frame of the first scene to the last frame, it just kicks you in the balls for 2 hours.
We didn't talk about this in our last one, right? Okay.
No.
So I don't know if everyone follows me on Instagram. I made a post about this.
Right. Yes.
My theory about this.
Yeah.
I think I'm right.
But it's a $200 million joke, though, man.
I don't see them batting an eye at it.
No.
Because there's a point in the movie where he's at is it the opera or a play or something, and there's a bottle of aviation gin on the bar, and the camera like zooms right into it and like pulls back, and from that moment on, shit gets real. Like it's
I got no words to describe this movie.
Like the acting is terrible, which is to be expected from a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
But like the bad guys, like the two brothers, like they were laughably bad, and that's why I had to be like, this has to be fake.
Right, but now the second part of it is just that there's so much mayhem and just fucking craziness that you. Like, I was thinking of it on the way here. How can I describe it? It's like when you're young, you're 22, and you just met this chick, and she's batshit crazy, but she's hot as hell, and you know she's going to do crazy shit at the end of the night,
right.
And you just put up with it.
Just hold on.
Because I know at the end this is going to be good.
And it just kept getting more and more.
Right.
That whole movie,
it never stopped.
And I couldn't. Oh my god! Like, there's a point in the movie where, in one shot, I think they're trying to establish they're going into a yacht. They're going on the big boat.
Yeah.
And there's a shot of the guy on the chain on the anchor going up, and then in real time it goes from shot of guy on the anchor going up, shot of Ryan Reynolds at a cafe somewhere in the city, shot of the guy now on the boat, shot of Ryan Reynolds now on the boat, and you're just like, what is happening?
They just gave them money and explosions and said, just
go.
Make this crazy for 2 hours. So I thought it was the worst piece of shit, but I also thought that Ryan Reynolds knew what was going on, so he made it a little bit fun.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It is just nuts.
It honestly could be a $200 million commercial for aviation gin, because that's all I remember from the movie.
Right.
I remember the aviation gin in that movie.
Yeah.
I would not put it past him.
Well, and then, Ryan Reynolds is smart. Like, the guy's he's smart. There was that video that was on his Instagram of him talking, like leaning against the wall, and right behind him, one of the stunts from the movie, it happens, and he's like, oh, I should have been in that car, kind of thing. So, then they made a big deal about it. It was just like,
it has to be fake. It has to be.
He's so smart guy. He just knows what he's doing.
Because I know people have wasted more money on less things.
Yes.
So it would not surprise me that if this was just a giant commercial for aviation gin.
It's so awesome.
And then, like, okay, so full disclosure, I got a little story I want to tell about this one.
Yeah.
So I had gotten a little care package from somebody who know who you are.
Yeah.
And in it were a little bit of food, some cookies, homemade cookies. I'd eaten some cookies.
Yep.
I'd also smoked some weed.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm going to sit down and watch this movie.
Awesome.
Right about the aviation gin part, it really started kicking into me.
Fucked.
To the point of my paranoia brain thinking that the person who gave me the cookies laced the cookies.
Right.
And I was like uber high because it was so messed up.
Yeah.
I also then thought this person somehow knew I was going to watch Six Underground and put a fake version of it on Netflix for only me to see.
You did text me that I watched it, but I was high.
Yes.
Right.
And then, so my brain is now going through the fact that this person was smart enough to make me edibles, also hack my Netflix account,
Of course you would have,
and put a fake version of Six Underground on it that was so batshit just to mess with me.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the movie's that crazy.
You know what we should do? I have an idea for a podcast.
Okay.
We are going to watch Six Underground in its entirety while smoking weed.
Okay.
And we are going to just fucking do this.
We'll just put the recorder on.
Put the recorder on.
Hope for the best.
Yes.
Okay. We'll call that our future plans.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh my God. Save their notes here. Okay. So, okay. I also had to say about one of the other terrible movies I thought was Hellboy. The remake of Hellboy.
I didn't even want to watch
was
it.
terrible.
I did not even.
So unfortunate because I love the actor.
Yep.
I love Hellboy. I love Guillermo del Toro's version of it. But after watching it, it was that moment of why did this movie need to exist?
Because they have no other ideas.
They're running out of ideas.
And no one wants to see acting on the screen because no one wants to pay for it.
Yeah.
They have no time. That's my theory.
That's
the
the unfortunate part. So yes, we both agree that Hellboy remake was not great.
Yep.
Okay, so the other thing we did is we both finished The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What did you think of The Mandalorian?
I thought it was good.
Okay.
So, but because it wasn't part of what Star Wars, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Okay.
It did have elements of Star Wars in it. You know, for all intent and purposes, the guy looks just like Boba Fett.
Right.
So that was kind of cool. I think it's going in a good way. I think Jon Favreau knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And there's some thought in this.
What did you have any bad things about it? What did you think they could do better?
I don't know. I think in this one I just shut all that off.
Okay.
And just said I'm going to give this thing a chance. Yeah. I don't know. I think at the worst maybe flesh out the Star Wars world a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe make some references to things that we may have noticed. Make the references more obvious, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah,
my gripes are. I liked it too.
Yeah.
My gripes are very minor and very nitpicky. The first one is the sound of Baby Yoda, like
Yes.
the stock baby laughter Yoda, is wrong. It should not be that. That is just took me out of the movie every time.
Yeah.
It's a show, whatever you want to call it. It felt like a movie that they cut into 8.
yeah.
But I know what they're trying to do. I know they're trying to make you want to see the next episode again. And that's my other point I made on here too, is because everyone might do the opposite of like wait till they're all out, binge watch it, get it done kind of thing. That's kind of the new culture now, is binge watching everything in one go. We tried watching The Witcher, both of us.
Yes, couldn't do it. And I wanted to because, but I think they tried. I think everyone's trying to ride on someone else's coattails. Game of Thrones just ended.
Yep.
And Lord of the Rings is always in our culture.
Coming.
Right.
They're doing
So these guys are trying to be fantasy without the actors, the budget, or any kind of story.
So The Mandalorian, I think they did it right, especially in the sense of practical effects.
Yeah.
It was great. I like the idea that it made me have to wait a week to see an episode. I like that too. So I'd recommend that on the reverse or anverse or whatever the word is. The Witcher, try binging it all at the same time, and like I said, I'm done. Yeah,
I'm 2 episodes in, and I was no thanks.
Yeah, which is really too bad because I really want good things for Henry Cavill.
Me too. But speaking of binge watching, I was at my daughter's house the other night so they could go out, and I binge watched Kevin Hart's documentary.
Oh, okay.
I watched the whole thing,
and
so it's amazing, and it does pulls no punches. It shows him fighting with his guys. He got drunk on a plane and got in a fight with his inner circle, and it shows that he cheated on his wife. And it is legit behind the scenes of his life for 1 year.
Crazy,
and it's good. And I watched all 6 episodes back to back to back.
Worth it?
It absolutely, because I think it's interesting. A lot of the celebrities nowadays are letting you in almost to their entire life.
Yeah.
Whereas, back in the golden age, we still don't know anything about the Tom Cruises or the big heavy hitters from the back. You don't see their life.
Yeah, there was never a reality show with Marilyn Monroe.
But a lot of the guys now, even Matthew McConaughey joined Instagram. You can see inside them. Will Smith, who is one of the biggest actors of the last 20 years, he's pretty open with his life. And this is really good, just to see behind the scenes of...
That's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it called?
Don't Fuck This Up.
Is it seriously what it's called?
Yep.
Oh, smart. So I think I want to go through I think we're almost done here. We're almost at a 30-minute mark. Get in, get out. Lastly, New Year's resolution plan. This is our, because we got New Year's coming up. Do you have one resolution or something you want to change?
Oh man, don't we all? You know what? Do I want to change anything? You know what? 2 years ago, I did a little thing. I said, whenever someone asks me something, I think you and I working together, I was just going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And I did for 1 year.
Yeah.
If someone asked me something, I just said, there's the answer to your question, whether it was good or bad.
I like people that are really honest.
Yeah, and it was good. And I'm going to do less of that this year.
Okay.
Because I think some things you need to keep to yourself.
Okay.
But my resolution this year is just to get up to the lake and work on my cabin.
That's right. Your Unabomber cabin.
My
That's
Unabomber
right.
cabin. Yeah, just do that. And yeah,
that's pretty much it, right?
Sam, the same dude. Spend more time with my grandkids.
Nice.
Yeah.
You? I think, I'm going to be more positive.
Yeah, man.
I think. Rough last bit of months here.
We're going to talk about that soon.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yep.
But just trying to stay positive, and I'm not a very angry person kind of per se.
Yeah.
I just need to remind myself that people are people and things happen, and just try to stay happy. So I think if we can give any advice to everybody out there, that's probably it, right?
Yeah, it's just like shit happens, and be happy, and on that in the future, we're gonna have you guys are gonna have to get some popcorn and some whiskey because we're gonna have a quick and dirty hour and a half here soon.
It's gonna be a big one.
And we're just gonna talk about life.
Yep.
And I think there's a lot of good stuff that is just gonna come out of us.
Yeah, and I think a dialogue needs to happen, and people need to hear that certain things are okay to feel and stuff like that.
Of course, and things, we're gonna save that, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be super great. We're gonna do it in about a month.
Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to bring up too is that we have a couple of things coming up. I got Shane from One Bad Son who's gonna be on here coming up in January. You're headed to NAMM.
I'm headed to NAMM, the music festival in LA. So we'll have a podcast about that, and we are getting Sheldon Dingwall, the owner of Dingwall Basses, Dingwall Guitars, on our show. So
there we go.
Yeah, man.
So for that's another little plug. Let's do here. So if you're into the music industry, check out Dingwall Basses.
Yeah,
best made basses here in Canada.
Yeah, and they're gotta face it, they're in the top 3 basses in the world.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Well, hope everybody enjoyed this one. We went a little bit over, but
that's fun.
We'll make it up next time. Thanks everybody listening. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.